Yes, fight fans, this is Body and Mind Sports. You are welcome and fully appreciated if you are here for another session of boxing talk. So, today's video is all about the fighter, mainly a labeling as the phenom, the talent that is none other than Jaron Boots Ennis, who currently fights at 147, the welterweight division. The man who has been calling out Terence Bud Crawford for quite some time now. Terence Bud Crawford, of course, also used to compete at 147 since has then moved up to 154. However, Jaron Boots Ennis has made it clear that before he steps up to face Terence Bud Crawford, he, however, wants to collect all the belts at 147 to fulfill his dreams of wanting to become undisputed at that weight class. However, if left to the IBF, Jaron Boots Ennis wouldn't be, fighting or collecting any other belts at 147 so soon, because they have mandated Jaron Boots Ennis to face KAREN CHUKHADZHIAN. And this comes as a surprise, because Jaron Boots Ennis, who is currently the IBF champion at 147, collected that title by facing KAREN CHUKHADZHIAN for the vacant belt that was left behind by Terence Bud Crawford after moving up. And guess what? Eddie Hearn is to say very, lack of better words, he's not very happy about the situation, the predicament which the IBF has put his fighter in, Jaron Boots Ennis. Eddie Hearn, who is currently Jaron Boots Ennis's promoter at the Zone. Eddie Hearn has bigger plans for Jaron Boots Ennis, and they are both, we're looking forward to face Barrios for the WBC title at 147. Basically just to help Jaron Boots Ennis basically to have a step closer to fulfilling his ambitions of becoming undisputed. So the unification bout between him and Barrios would have been the next best step. And Ed Hearn is actually furious about this, not happy at all. However, he does say that if they have to honor their mandatory, then they will do so, and keep the Barrios fight on hold. Even though Eddie Hearn has revealed that he has sent a big offer, a huge offer, a very profiting offer to Barrios, and of the moment just waiting for Barrios to hear what him and his team have to say. So that's the situation currently. It seems that Terence Bud Crawford, I'm sorry about that, Jaron Boots Ennis would have to face KAREN CHUKHADZHIAN first before even thinking about Barrios if the IBF should have their way. But Eddie Hearn is ready for his fighter to face KAREN CHUKHADZHIAN, and wants him to make quick work of KAREN CHUKHADZHIAN, who Jaron Boots Ennis has faced before, earning a total wipeout on the judges' scorecards. and facing KAREN CHUKHADZHIAN of the moment, even if facing him would mean just to hold on to JERON BOOTS Ennis's IBF title, and basically stop him from being stripped of that title. Again, keeping him in position, to fulfill his dreams of undisputed. Okay, so JERON BOOTS Ennis, who's undefeated, 32 fights, I believe, 29 knockouts, 0 losses, 0 draws. The phenom JERON BOOTS Ennis. So JERON BOOTS Ennis, at 147, like I've said before, has been calling out Terence Bud Crawford. Not only Terence Bud Crawford, but Errol the Truth Spence. However, those fighters have been managing to elude him, not because they are afraid of fighting JERON BOOTS Ennis. Both fighters are in fact willing to fight JERON BOOTS Ennis, who in himself is a very dangerous fighter. But so are Terence Bud Crawford and Errol the Truth Spence. So the situation is that Errol Spence and Terence Bud Crawford, who have faced each other at 147 for their undisputed bout, have both moved up after Terence Bud Crawford collected all the belts at 147 by facing Errol the Truth Spence. They have both moved up, and Terence Bud Crawford, now 36 or 37 years old. Errol the Truth Spence, 34 years old, at the latter stage of their career, very closer to retirement, and so are looking for more lucrative, bigger fights than JERON BOOTS Ennis, who at the moment doesn't have very huge star power. So Terence Bud Crawford and Errol the Truth Spence are looking for bigger fights that will be more fruitful for their career. For them to end their career on a more fruitful note financially. But Errol the Truth Spence, in an interview, you can look it up, has said that he is fully willing to face JERON BOOTS Ennis, but only if the price is right. Errol the Truth Spence, as we know already, does not duck any fighter, and after losing to Terence Bud Crawford for undisputed, still has not changed his tune. He's still the same man, as to speak, in terms of not ducking fighters. Terence Bud Crawford, however, on the other hand, is currently solely focused on facing Saul Canelo Alvarez, who fights now 2 divisions above Terence Bud Crawford. So as things remain, it doesn't seem that that fight will be happening anytime soon, especially between Terence Bud Crawford and JERON BOOTS Ennis. Who knows when Terence Bud Crawford will actually retire? Maybe if he gets the Canelo fight, he might retire straight away, and we might not get the JERON BOOTS Ennis fight, as there is a very small window between when JERON BOOTS Ennis, if it happens, will finally, and I believe will happen, will finally become undisputed at 147 and move up to finally face Terence Bud Crawford. So there is a very small window to do that. Seeing that Terence Bud Crawford is very close to retirement age. Errol the Truth Spence, however, that fight is, there is a bigger possibility in making that fight, I believe. But just to talk about JERON BOOTS Ennis again, the talent that he is, just to give you an idea of what kind of talent that he is and the kind of problems or why people are looking forward for him to face, i.e. Terence Bud Crawford and Errol the Truth Spence. Well, not so much Errol the Truth Spence now, but more so Terence Bud Crawford. And that is because Jaron Boots Ennis, in his own right, has very, very amazing skills, and I can go through them. He has a good jab, great footwork, very swift, has very high ring IQ, just like Terence Bud Crawford, and carries power in both hands. Also a switch hitter, just like Terence Bud Crawford. All things, that would all come together and accumulate to make a really good fight between the two fighters. So fans are really, really, really calling for that fight. However, I don't see it happening anytime too soon, seeing as Terence Bud Crawford is fully focused on getting that fight with Canelo Alvarez. Although at the moment negotiations between Terence Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, if you watch my other videos and so many other videos as well in other sources on YouTube, I've made it or revealed that negotiations have collapsed previously in trying to make that fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford. But it's not an impossible fight to make. There's still a possibility that that fight could actually come into fruition. But I've listed all the talents, the abilities of Jaron Boots Ennis, as to give you reason as to why fans are really, really looking forward to this fight. But also, Jaron Boots Ennis is a very exciting fighter. Gives the fans what they want, and that is knockouts and a show. Simple as. So it brings excitement, just as one of the faces of boxing in Gervonta Tank Davis. That's the same level of excitement that Jaron Boots Ennis brings. However, does not have the same star power. But he has nothing at the moment to offer to Terence Bud Crawford or Errol Spence if they should fight, And when they were at 147, he had nothing to offer because Jaron Boots Ennis was not in possession of a belt. But however, he does now have an opportunity, as he's fully positioned in place has positioned himself as the IBF title, IBF title holder at 147, and seeing that he's a very dangerous fighter with how can I say, dangerous fighter, low reward type of fighter. He's dangerous but low reward type of fighter. So he also was very, very heavily avoided by a lot of the top names, especially in his own division. But I believe that soon will change, seeing as every great fighter's ambition is to become champion. Simple as. So you're gonna have to fight the person that's holding the belts. And if you do have a belt and you want other belts, or even if you don't have a belt and you want a belt, it seems like you might have to go through Jaron Boots Ennis. So that is opportunity there through the belts for through having the belt, through having the IBF belt for Jaron Boots Ennis to stack up more high profile, more highly skilled fighters onto his resume, and also to be involved in more big money fights. Yeah. But again, just to give you an example of how the talent of Jaron Boots Ennis is highly appreciated both by fans and in boxing as a whole. Let me just give you the reaction of none other than someone who can be considered as the greatest of all time, the man himself known as Floyd Money Mayweather. And this is a reaction as according to former CEO of Mayweather Promotions, the man known as Leonard Ellaby. So according to Leonard Ellaby, the very first time when Floyd witnessed Jaron Ennis fight, Floyd, you know, of course, over a phone call to Leonard Ellaby, said, "Who the F is that Boots guy? That mother effer can fight his ass off. He's, you know, one of the best right now, one of the best fighters in the world right now without a title." So to get a reaction like that from one of the greats, other reactions you can go and find out from another great who can be considered as one of the greatest of all time, in Roy Jones, often always compared with Floyd Mayweather himself. So yeah, that's the talent of Jaron Boots Ennis. That's the kind of reaction he gets out of people. And I look forward to the day when his talent will match with his star power, you know, because he really, such talent really deserves noticeability from the fans, and, you know, deserves bums to be put on seats. So yeah, that's all I have for now in this video. Catch us next time on the next one in @Body and Mind Sports. But for now, stay very blessed, and I'll see you on the next one.